This week I'm going to be trying the Cheap Art Supplies Challenge. So behind me I've got my local dollar store, and I'm going to go inside and pick out some things, and then I'll get back home and I'll see what I can come up with. Okay, so I'm back home. I did get some art supplies. I didn't spend more than $5. I think I spent $4.80 total. That's tax included. I tried to record a little bit while I was inside because I wanted to show you how limited everything was. They didn't have like the typical markers and kids art supplies that you would normally expect to see at a place like that. And I wanted to show you how really limited it was, but I was quickly informed by an employee that I was not allowed to record inside there with the intent to publish. Now, I'm pretty sure that I do have legal right to do it as it's considered a public place, but just in the spirit of keeping the peace, I said okay, and I turned the camera off. But anyway, I'll show you what I got. First thing I got was a 5-pack. I didn't need to get a 5-pack, it was just cheap. It was like $1.25. It's a 5-pack of poster board. And then I got a box of crayons. And I got a dollar store brand permanent markers. Okay, so let's get everything open. Ah. Oh, come on. I'm just gonna dump these out. I can't tell you how long it's been since I've played with crayons. Okay, so we'll open these permanent markers. And I'm not sure yet if I want to do on the smooth side or the rough side. I guess we'll try on both and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I guess we'll try one of the crayons first. Ooh, okay, so these are very waxy. And that's on the smooth side. Let's try a few more. Yeah, these are incredibly waxy. Oh, somehow I got a dark streak, but I don't know how I did it. Alright, so let's try that. Let's try the crayons on the other side. I think the markers will be okay on either side, but okay, so they're a little better on this rough side. These crayons, they kind of smell weird. I'm not really sure how to put it. It's like cardboard, but like it's been on fire. But yeah, you can see even pushing down really hard, these are incredibly waxy crayons. And I think the more I go over it, the more splotchy it's just gonna get. Okay, so you can see pretty well that it's not the greatest quality. But it is what it is, It is the Cheap Art Supply Challenge, so we'll have some fun with it nonetheless. Some of these might maybe if I stick to a really light pressure, I might be able to keep it more consistent. Yeah, I think that'll be my best bet if I don't push down so hard. Let's try some of these markers out. Let's go for that pink one first. Let's see how bright that is. Oh wow, that's almost like a highlighter. Thick lines, thin lines, that's pretty good. So, wow. For cheap markers, those are actually pretty good. So I've got a lot of secondary and tertiary colors, but I don't have a yellow. They seem to have relatively good coverage, but I'm curious to see how they blend, if they blend at all. Okay, so it's not really going to blend much, it's just going to be more of an overlay. Let's see how well the markers do on top of the crayon. Like we'll go from the regular paper to the crayon. Okay, that's surprisingly good. I kind of figured it would have difficulty being over this really waxy area, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, alright, I think I've got an idea now. So let's set these aside, and we'll start. finished it up, and here it is. Now I instantly regretted putting the orange in the eyes. Like, as soon as I put it in there, I regretted putting it on. But overall, I'm okay with this. Considering that the crayons, these things were probably one of the worst I've ever used. I mean, I've used crayons in restaurants that had better quality than those did. I don't know how well you can see it, but like, I colored in these areas here with the yellow, and then I went over it with the orange, and the texture from the yellow was the only part that picked up the orange color, so it had this really strange texture to it. It looks like I was really quick and lazy with it, but I wasn't. And the markers have surprisingly good coverage as far as doing a single tone. They smudge incredibly easy, even after they've been on the paper for a really long time. I don't know if that's because of the paper or if that's because of the markers or some weird combination, but it's not the easiest thing I've ever done working with these, but that's why I wanted to stick to kind of a cartoony look to it. I took a risk also doing the black lines first. I did that because I was worried that going over it with the green marker would hide my crayon sketch lines that I had done. But overall, we had a lot of fun with it, and I've got some interesting stuff planned for next week, and I hope to see you all then. So until then, take care.